There is no spare time. I had to consciously make time. I asked God to wake me up early in the morning. I'm such a heavy sleeper. Wake me up in the morning, Lord, so I could spend some time with you. God has got a very good sense of humor. He woke me up when I started my journey. He started waking me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Tossed and turned and couldn't sleep until He created in me a desire to spend time with Him in the morning. And I created a habit to wake up every morning, because my morning is the fresh time, the time that I feel fresh, that I could actually read and spend time with God. Whatever time that is suitable for you, make time for God. And this is your worship time. You will learn, God will teach you to worship from the heart. To worship from the heart. And you will experience God's presence in your life. We ought to come to God expecting pleasure. We should come to worship and to our quiet time, not because we ought to, but because we deeply desire and even crave the benefits of time with God, of the God of the universe. Could it be we are too easily satisfied? We have everything at the tip of our fingers. We don't know what it's like to desperately need things. And I think that's where the ladies, the people on the islands, have such a close relationship with God, because they've got nothing else but God. Satisfied and hence miss out on the full blessings of spending time alone with God. When we worship with our hearts, this delightful attitude colors our disposition, the way we think, and the way we relate. It impacts our beliefs, values, our behavior, our praise, prayer, and Bible study, and our decisions about lifestyle choices, friends, school, church, home, hobbies, sports, entertainment. Romans 12 verses 1 and 2 reads, "Therefore I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship." The Message Bible puts this in a most concrete way. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, your eating, your going to work, your walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Amen. Yes, you offer God your whole life, your every decision, your whole self, your entire collection of feelings, actions, ideas, brain, nerves, muscles, drives, instincts, perceptions, life. It is me offered up, all of me. And isn't that what we've been hearing from this pulpit? The denying of self. Isn't that what we've been learning? Isn't that what Pastor Sam's been teaching us? The denying of self, offering ourselves. It's not me, Lord, but you. It's not I, but Christ. We look now at worship. Worship is action in mission. When we worship with our hearts and spend quality time with our God, grace is infused in our very being, a little at a time from day to day, and this grace flows out of a knowledge of the Word that is dynamic and changing. The doing is an overflowing, is an outflowing of the intense moving by the Holy Spirit within the heart, rather than being merely a show we put on for others to see. True worship calls for a change that begins with me right in my heart. As I worship Him, I hear God telling me where His needs are, where His mission lies, where I need to change and adjust to what He wants me to do. As a result, we will be knowing with the heart and doing with the soul, reflecting a deep passion that spreads like fire, because true worship from the heart results in action. Worship results in mission. Again, I bring it to us. It was reminded to me again. This is the purpose of the Cannot Be Hidden ministry. Just think, Pastor Sam had a vision with his relationship with God. He was led to do what he's doing today. And with this vision, he has purpose. He has a mission. So when we have true worship in our heart, and when we catch the vision that Christ wants us to catch, the result is mission. Sana's story illustrates this. A victim, this woman was a doctor. She was a medical doctor. Her name was Sani. She lives in Mongolia. As a result of spousal abuse, she was partially paralyzed when her husband bashed her head against the wall. Later, soon after her conversion in 2004, Sana had the opportunity for rehabilitation in Ulaanbaatar. When she returned to her province, the Lord placed a burden on her heart to reach out to other disabled people like her. She wrote a proposal to set up a rehab center. That proposal sat there for 2 years. It sat on a desk for 2 years. When the writer of the lady who tells us the story, when she met with Sana at a women's ministries camp meeting in August 2006, Sana was moved by the retreat theme, touch her heart and tell the world. She shared with the writer of the story, with Sally, her dream of starting up a center for disabled people. To make a long story short, today we have such a center in Hattal under the supervision of Women's Ministries Department of Mongolia Mission Field. Because of her physical ailment, Sana has been in and out of the hospital, but she keeps praying that God sends her good friends, and that was stressed on here, that they were all non-Adventist friends to carry out on the project. When she began this project, she was the only Seventh-day Adventist in that area. But because the center serves 40, but today the center serves 40 disabled families who meet to worship every Sabbath. There is a woman who caught a vision in her disability, and on the 16th of August 2008, 5 people from Hattal were baptized. Amen. God called the weakest of the weak, a disabled woman in Hattal, as she worshiped God from the heart. Yes, worship does result in action, action in mission.